welcome to part 2 of The Day of Blood. Gilpin and Roberto were part of the Southern Resistance, fighting against Hitler and Mussolini's attempt at world domination. It was 30 years ago, in 1942, that Roberto Bertoni saved Giuseppe's life. Roberto was engaged in a firefight when he ran out of ammunition, and he was forced to fight with his bayonet. During the course of the conflict, Roberto noticed that Galapis had taken a bullet to the leg. Just as a German soldier was about to finish Galapis, Roberto came to Galapis' aid and ran the German through with his bayonet, thus saving Galapis' life. Of course, they became the best of friends. Galapis was a deeply devout man, and he felt that he owed his life to Roberto. As an act of gratitude, Galapis acquired the bayonet that Roberto had used to save his life, and had it bronzed. Galapis gave it to Roberto as a gift in order to honor the magnificent act that Roberto had performed. Antonio had other things on his mind. He and Galapis' daughter, Maria, were in love. Maria, having been raised by an extremely devout Catholic man, such as Galapin, had not been unwilling to have sex with Antonio, but he hoped that she would, that tonight would be the night she would give herself to him. Everyone in the village had their own experiences of what the celebration would bring, but everyone had one wish in common, that the weather would be perfect. Of course, when it comes to Slinky, no bets are sure. Sure after breakfast, the work began. The women of the village hurried their men into action, persuading them to set up the plots throughout the middle of the main thoroughfare in Gazuro. After each family had filled the streets with their various pots, the women sent their men away to tell their stories. While they went about our audacious tour of creating batches of perfect tomato paste, as the women repeated the tasks of cooking and straining, the men began their long day of drinking and storytelling. During the early parts of the afternoon, the young women were present with the matriarchs of the village, learning the skill of producing their perfect tomato paste. The men joined the elder men of the village, absorbing the village tradition. Someday, the responsibility of yarn spinning would befall them when they inherited the role of elder statesmen. The conversations ranged from A to Z, and nothing or anything was sacred. As the afternoon wore on, Roberto noticed a dark storm in the distance. There was a storm coming, he thought. Maybe it was tarry long enough so as not to spoil the celebration. The afternoon soon wore into the dusk. The air tasted of the sweet purgency of batches upon batches of fresh, homemade tomato paste. It flowed like blood. Tomato paste was not the only thing that flowed like blood. Gallons of wine had been consumed, and all were significantly embrayed by dark. Like most of the youth of Casaletto, Antonio and Maria had slipped away by themselves in order to romance as young people do. The couple found their way into Philippe's a local cafe, where other youthful romances often sought refuge. Philippe's was a perfect place to be alone, seeing as it was empty because of everyone celebrating in the streets. Antonio, like most of the males in the village, was drunk. That did not happen, and his condition only heightened his already overwhelming passion for Maria. Like many times before, Antonio made his move, as in many times before, Maria blocked his attempts. Antonio reacted differently this time through. He grew irritated, his condition not helped by his drunkenness. He became frustrated because he knew this would be the night when Maria would say yes. Antonio decided that he would take matters into his own hands. Maria may be saying no, but she really means yes, Antonio reasoned. She loved him, and he loved her, and that was all that mattered in his mind. Just look at Albalan and Halalos. She said no. He forced himself on her, and she was glad for it. Maria will be the same, he surmised. Antonio pressed again on Maria to consume their love, but again she resisted. Suddenly, in an outburst of passion gone awry, Antonio slapped Maria. As he tried to force her again, Maria fought with all her might. Maria could not believe that Antonio would do such a thing. He, although drunk, was still stronger than her. He threw her onto one of the cafe tables. The engager lover ripped off Maria's underwear and proceeded to hike up her dress high enough to expose her pelvis. As Antonio raised his hand up Maria's brown thigh, his passion intensified. This was the moment that he had been waiting for, and in his mind, so had Maria. So, and that's going to be part 2. Stay tuned for part 3.